When it comes to Mythic Plus, we have our ups and our downs, and no matter what, we always end up in the times of the dead times of a season. This point of view is purely coming from somebody who sits around 24/7, playing WoW, farming Mythic Plus, and making videos and streaming. If you're a person who doesn't do that, which you're probably not, you might not agree with my takes or my opinions, so if you do have an opinion, feel free to leave a comment, because I always love to see your opinions and your concepts of how we could save Mythic Plus. The dead times for WoW are the biggest killers. Raids don't happen, Mythic Plus is dead, you'll spend 30-40 minutes just trying to apply for keys as a DPS. Trust me, I once had to delay the upload of a video, my Zero to Hero videos. If you haven't watched them yet, I highly recommend you do. It took me 2 days to get into a singular key at like +4 to 5 to 6 level as a survival hunter when it was the least played, least desired spec. It was really disheartening, but at the end of the day, I tried, I did what I had to do. But that moment is not enjoyable, especially as a DPS player. The first thing I personally will go over is loot. I think loot is very, very important. You're farming, and you just get to like your 5th dungeon. I've even got to 6 dungeons before I've got no loot, or I've got the same thing over and over and over again, and it just feels really, really disheartening. As a DPS, as a tank, as a healer, it doesn't matter what it is, but it just feels extremely disheartening to get that stuff. My concept for loot would be something like what we have with delves. Delves, if you do enough of them, you'll get these coins, which you can then transfer into a orb or an item, and then you'll get a delver's bounty. What we should do for M+ is, once you reach 3 to 4 dungeons, I think 3 would probably be the best, but 4 could also be more viable. Once you hit that cap of dungeons without receiving actual loot, I'm not talking about sparks or crests. When you don't receive loot, you receive one of these usable items. This will guarantee you loot in the next dungeon. Yes, of course, it could be abusable, but you're not guaranteed the exact loot that you want. Yes, it could increase the chances of you getting some loot or the specific item that you want, but you won't always get what you need. With this usable item, how I would fix it or make it more viable, more suitable for the way WoW is played, would be something like you do 1 dungeon, 2 dungeons, 3 dungeons. On the 3rd dungeon, if you don't get anything, you receive the usable item. But if you do get a piece of gear or a piece of loot or a drop from the 1st or the 2nd dungeon, your possibilities of getting that usable item lower. With getting no loot in 3 dungeons, I think the usable should be a 50% drop chance. But when you get to your 4th dungeon without loot, you should be guaranteed to get this usable item to guarantee you loot in the next key, and then you get to pick where you get the drop. So it's going to increase certain places more of a interaction and more people queuing for that specific thing, because the loot from those dungeons will be more widespread. My second idea is the ability to get transmog tier sets or items for hitting 3k, but not class specific. I think spec specific should be good. So I think DPS, it should be like red, maroonish, kind of like the color of the icon. Healer, green, dark green, maybe even turquoise. Tank, blue. 3 versions are all achievable. This would force somebody or make somebody, or somebody would want to then go ahead and get all 3 of the transmogs for that specific class. It encourages grinding, it encourages farming, it encourages people to switch out of their specs. Let's say, for example, little Timmy wants to go ahead and get the blue one, but he's always been a DPS main. This way, he's going to go out of his way to get the new one he wants. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, no, that's going to take Blizzard way too long to do. What you've been watching in the background whilst I've been talking this whole time is me showing you how easy it is for Blizzard to recolor something. I did it very sloppily and very poorly and not the best, but I'm just showing you how quick and easy it would be for Blizzard to do this. Will they do it Probably not, because, you know, multi-billion-dollar indie company. But at the end of the day, if the ability to get something or something is achievable, it would help M+. I play a tank 90% of the season, but there's a really cool red version of my Transmog for playing DPS that I want for the sake of it, or I really like the redness, or I really like the green. Why not offer that? Of course, there's going to be specs like Rogue, where they'd have to like do the same thing, but each spec would be different. So let's say, for example, Hunter as well. Yeah, of course, that's going to be a bit more difficult to do, but it's tangible. It's really easy to do. If anything, it's probably easier than giving us a mount, because it's literally just a recolor of something that's already in the game. Of course, the first time you hit 3k, you should get the mount and the transmog idea that I'm talking about, but the 2.5k mount, I still think that's achievable as well. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, it's so easy to get 3k, it's so easy to get 2.5k, it's so easy. But when push comes to shove, not everybody is big penis as you. Not everybody is a sweaty player like you. Not everyone is good at the game like you, or however you want to be conceived. But at the end of the day, I really do feel like there are so many things that Blizzard could do to improve M+. If you have an idea, leave a comment. And if you think there's something that I've said in this video that would be good or could be changed a little bit, feel free to let me know. Have a wonderful day and come check out my streams, twitch.tv/Calybara. Have a good night.